My best friend was a backstabbing snake. Whenever she argued with her boyfriend, she would always come to me to complain. I comforted her, kept her company, and tried to guide her through it. Little did I know that during one fight with her boyfriend, she would stand by the window at midnight, threatening to jump. I rushed to pull her back, only to be violently shoved out by her boyfriend. Not only did my friend fail to call the police, she even testified that I had fallen by accident. In the end, she even caused my mother's death. When I opened my eyes again, my friend was crying in front of me. I watched coldly, knowing that in this life you'll all go to hell. Ding Wis Novel reminds you to click the subscribe button in the bottom right corner to read the complete novel. I looked at my red-eyed best friend Lily Anserth in front of me, who was endlessly ranting about her boyfriend, that Ethan Barlow he was drinking again yesterday. I kindly tried to talk him out of it, but he slapped me and told me to get lost. The pain of being pushed off a tall building and falling to my death still seemed etched in my bones. The agony pierced through me like countless needles. The pain and hatred of losing my dearest person made my whole body tremble. I stared blankly at her mouth, opening and closing, unable to hear anything she was saying, just clenching my fists tightly in my past life. It was always like this. Whenever Lily fought with her boyfriend, Ethan Barlow, she would come to vent to me each time. I would comfort her thoughtfully and keep her company through the difficult moments. I never imagined that my wholehearted devotion to her would result in such a tragic end. I suppressed the hatred in my heart and eyes, looking at Lily's indignant face and the red, swollen handprint. I no longer felt the sympathy I had in my past life. Lily, what's wrong with a man having a few drinks? Women should be more understanding. Have you considered that? Maybe you're the reason Ethan keeps hitting you. Perhaps you're not trying hard enough or not doing well enough. Lily's rant came to an abrupt halt. Zoe, why aren't you on my side? I rolled my eyes. Aren't these the things you said to me before? Lily glared at me. Zoe Cartwright, what are you implying? Are you even my friend anymore? How can you talk to me like this? Hatred filled my heart, and I simply couldn't say anything nice. Lily Anserth, I'm saying this for your own good. Don't mistake my kindness for foolishness. Lily was momentarily speechless. Angrily, she shoved me away, grabbed her bag, and stormed off. In a huff, I watched her retreating figure with a cold smirk. Let you two tear each other apart in my previous life. Whenever Lily Anserth complained, I always tried to analyze the situation objectively with her. Ethan Barlow was arrogant, impulsive, and a chauvinist. Moreover, he would go berserk when drunk, sometimes even resorting to violence after hitting Lily. He would always apologize tearfully. I didn't think this was right and constantly advised Lily to leave him. She would always agree wholeheartedly, but who would have thought that after Ethan's suite talked her a bit, she would forgive him so easily. She'd even say it was no big deal for a man to have a few drinks in the end. I was caught in the middle. My good intentions backfiring over time. Ethan grew to hate me, believing I was driving a wedge between him and Lily. This was one of the reasons that ultimately led him to push me out of a window. This time around, I won't be offering any advice. Instead, I'll add fuel to the fire of your dramatic life. Due to Lily's occasional outbursts, I often had to deal with her issues during work hours and late at night. This frequently caused me to fall behind in my work. Now that I've been reborn, I'm determined to make up for lost time. The company has recently assigned me to oversee a new project. I know this project like the back of my hand. In my previous life, I was initially in charge of this project. However, at a crucial moment, Lily forced me to come back and check on her using an argument with Ethan. As an excuse, I had no choice but to hand over the reporting work to others. In the end, they took all the credit, while I was labeled as someone with an irresponsible attitude towards work. From then on, I never had the chance for promotion in the company. Living this life again. Staying away from my toxic best friend is my priority. Securing work achievements is also my goal, having already managed this project once. In my previous life, I found it even easier to handle this time around. The project progressed rapidly. My colleagues in the project team grew to admire my leadership more. Everyone worked together like a well-oiled machine, and the project advanced at lightning speed. When I returned home after working overtime, I saw a dark figure crouching at my front door as I approached the sensor. Light came on, revealing it was Lily Anserth. Seeing me return, Lily complained, "Zoe, what took you so long I couldn't reach you by phone? Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting here?" I gave her a forced smile and pulled out my phone. Look, my phone died. What's the matter? Now, I asked Lily, looked disgusted and avoided the question. Can't you keep your phone charged? I've been waiting here for ages. I looked at her impatiently. I never asked you to wait for me. Why are you crouching outside my door in the middle of the night? Lily snatched the keys I had just taken out, opened the door, and walked into my house. Without hesitation, she then sprawled out on the sofa. It's Ethan again. Just because one of my former admirers sent me a message, he went berserk and told me to get out. I smirked. It wasn't an admirer at all, but Lily's lover. In my previous life, I accidentally discovered this, but out of consideration for Lily's reputation, I had to pretend I didn't know. I even subtly hinted to Lily that if she wanted to live a good life, she should find a decent man and settle down. Lily always dismissed it, thinking she could play both men like fiddles. Later, I found out that whenever Lily met up with her lover, she used meeting me as an excuse. This led Ethan to despise me even more, always thinking I was meddling in Lily's affairs. Lily's lover wasn't a good person either. After fooling around with Lily, he even wanted her to introduce me to him, saying something about keeping it in the family. It was disgusting. The more I thought about it, the angrier I became. My words came out laced with fury. Why have you come to my place in the middle of the night? I'm exhausted and need to rest. Work has been hectic these past few days. Why don't you go? Book a hotel room. Lily looked embarrassed. Ethan has frozen my cards. No wonder something similar happened in my previous life too. Around this time, she had a fight with Ethan and had nowhere to go, so she came to freeload at my place. I was already so tired from work every day. And then I had to cater to this princess. When I got home, I really don't know what kind of DMAT syndrome I had in my previous life, refusing to live like a normal person, and instead, choosing to be everyone's servant. Thinking about this, I couldn't hold back anymore. You're really pathetic. Can't even keep a man happy. Ethan might just dump you and find another woman besides you. Don't even have money for a hotel room, and you still say Ethan treats you well. Lily got agitated when she heard this. Zoe, how can you say that? Aren't you supposed to be my best friend? Are you jealous of my happiness? Bloody hell, your best friend more like the friend you're trying to kill, right? Believe it or not. Didn't you say? Ethan comes from a good family and lots of girls are after him. Who knows while you're not around? Ethan might have already found someone else. I spoke to Lily with malicious intent. This time, Lily couldn't sit still any longer. I'm done talking to you. You're just jealous of my happiness with that. Lily started calling Ethan repeatedly, but couldn't get through. Finally, Lily couldn't take it anymore and hurriedly left my place, watching Lily's retreating figure. I let out a long sigh of relief. I was afraid if I had to stay in the same space with her any longer, I might not be able to resist. Strangling her, Lily and I were university classmates. When I first started university, I was always on my own, coming from a poor family. I was always busy with part-time jobs to earn some tuition and living expenses. Lily was pretty and sweet, talking very popular among our classmates. When Lily said she wanted to be friends with me, I was actually a bit flattered. At first, our classmates often got together, but I didn't join in group activities because I was short on cash. Lily's friendliness made me feel some kindness. She always said, "Zoe, the other classmates don't like you. They say you're cold and hard. Only I'm nice to you. Don't worry, Zoe. We'll be best friends forever if it weren't for Lily." Almost getting me killed, and before my soul dispersed. After death, I saw Lily saying to Ethan, "Zoe is just a dog. I was just a little nice to her and she'd do anything for me. I really thought we'd be best friends forever. It was only then that I understood." So this is what gaslighting looks like. After Lily left, I quickly took a shower, washing away all the bad energy from my body. Early the next morning, I arrived at the office feeling refreshed. Today was the day of the project presentation. Finally, we'd see the results of all our hard work. Seeing the expectant faces of everyone in the team, I felt motivated too. The entire project presentation lasted about 3 hours. Our whole team gave a detailed report to the company leadership. We explained step by step the project budget implementation profit points and initial promotion. With my memories from my past life, I had gone through this report, meticulously making it as perfect as possible. Finally, our efforts paid off as we received approval from all levels of company leadership. Even the usually stern-faced deputy director came over and patted my colleagues and me on the shoulder. Amiably, "You've done an excellent job. With this plan tonight, your team can go out, and enjoy yourselves. The company will cover it." The deputy director's words were like a shot of adrenaline. Everyone couldn't help but cheer. We eventually booked our celebratory dinner at the Grand Summit Club, a famous venue in our city. The main hall was luxurious and opulent as a regular office worker. I rarely came to places like this after starting work. My income gradually improved, but apart from rent and food, I still had to send some money home every month, so I didn't often come to places like this. My colleagues were all visibly excited as we entered. I spotted a familiar figure at the Grand Summit Club. I saw Ethan, with his arm around a woman, the two of them, walking intimately towards the interior. That woman wasn't Lily. I quickly took out my phone and snapped a picture of the scene. It really was as if heaven was helping me. Before I could even find time to deal with them, the evidence had landed right in my lap. "Lily, let's see how you handle this now." I anonymously sent the photo to Lily Ainsworth's phone, imagining how furious she would be when she saw it. I couldn't be more delighted. The company even gave us 2 days off, just as the party ended, and I was preparing to sleep in the next day. I heard a loud banging on my door. I opened it, grumpily, still half asleep. Lily Ainsworth was standing there, with a bruised face, holding her luggage. I raised an eyebrow. "Lily, what's going on?" Lily walked in with a miserable expression. "Zoe Ethan cheated on me," she wailed. I fainted surprise as I looked at Lily, trying hard to suppress my urge to laugh. Hysterically, "No way doesn't Ethan love you." Lily grabbed a tissue and started sobbing. I received a photo showing Ethan leaving a hotel with another woman in his arms. "I've been so good to him, I can't believe he cheated on me." I looked at Lily. "So did you break up with him?" Lily pursed her lips and avoided answering directly. "If he doesn't come, beg for forgiveness this time. I won't forgive him." I smiled. "Oh, Lily, this society is so harsh on us women. Men can go full around, but women are expected to stay loyal." I gave Lily a meaningful look. "You're so beautiful. If you break up with Ethan, you might find someone even better in my past life." Ethan had cheated before, but Lily never found concrete evidence. Plus, she didn't want to give up his money, so she often turned a blind eye. Lily seemed tempted by my words. She hesitated. "But Ethan is quite a catch. I still have feelings for him." I patted Lily on the shoulder. "It's fine. I'm just talking nonsense. Didn't you say? Ethan usually treats you well. This could all be a misunderstanding. Don't take it to heart, even if something did happen. Ethan loves you so much. He'll definitely come back to you. Lily started pondering my words, watching her eyes dee back and forth in thought. I let out a cold smirk. Ethan cheats, she cheats, and in the end they're fine, while I'm the one who dies. Talk about rotten luck, by the way. Lily, do you want to stay at my place? Lily was scrolling through her phone without looking up. After a while, a smile spread across her face. No need. I was planning to stay here originally, but Ethan just messaged me to apologize. So, I'm heading back now. Thanks, Zoe. I'll treat you to a meal. Another time. I smiled as I watched Lily rush off again. She must think I'm blind. I caught a glimpse of her chat earlier. It definitely wasn't Ethan. I opened WhatsApp. I had politely added Ethan. When we all had dinner together before I found Ethan's contact and messaged him. Hey, Ethan. Lily was just here crying for ages. She really likes you. She was so happy when you said you'd come pick her up. You should treat Lily better in the future. Ethan immediately called me. Where the hell is Lily? When did I ever say I'd pick her up? Tell that woman to wait for me, hearing Ethan's furious voice. I pretended to be flustered. You're not coming to get Lily. She just left. You should call her. It's so late now, it's not safe. After hanging up the phone, I treated myself to a luxurious face mask. I realized that having Lily Anserth constantly showing up at my door wasn't sustainable. Taking advantage of my days off, I quickly started looking for a new flat online with the perfect success of this recent project. I had received a generous bonus that I didn't have in my previous life. I made the tough decision to forfeit my deposit, getting rid of Lily. That bloodsucker was worth it. I booked a new flat as fast as I could and arranged for a moving company to come. I spent my entire 2 days off moving house. It wasn't until I was settled in my new place that evening that the weight on my chest began to lift a little, before I could even open a bottle of wine to celebrate. I received a call from Lily. Her voice came through the phone. Furious. Zoe, why aren't you at home? I narrowed my eyes. Had she gone looking for me again? The lease was up, so I moved. What's the matter? Lily was taken aback. Why didn't you tell me you were moving, and why did you say those things to Ethan? I let out a mocking laugh, but kept my voice puzzled. Lily, what did I say to Ethan? I only advised him to treat you better and not make you angry anymore. Lily was silent for a long while. You're such a busy body. She finally spat out. I made my voice sound hurt. Well, in that case, don't come to me for help anymore with that. I hung up before Lily could respond. Imagining the mess Lily was facing, I felt a wave of satisfaction wash over me in the days that followed. I ignored all of Lily's calls and messages. My contentment was short-lived. However, as I was leaving work one evening, I spotted Lily and Ethan waiting outside my office building. Lily immediately rushed over when she saw me. Her tone was full of complaint. Zoe, why haven't you been answering my calls or messages? I couldn't find you anywhere looking at Lily and Ethan. I felt confused. Hadn't Ethan caught Lily in a lie? The other day, how had they made up so quickly? Lily was acting as if nothing had happened. Something didn't feel right about the situation. I glanced at Ethan. He smiled at me, but his eyes were dark as they swept over me. I couldn't help but shiver. What were these two up to now? Lily's mouth was running a mile a minute. Zoe, since you've moved, why don't we have dinner at your new place tonight? Ethan and I can help you celebrate your move. What do you say? I pulled my arm away and shook my head. No need, I haven't had a chance to tidy up yet. Lily pouted and muttered something, then looked up again. Well, why don't we all go out for dinner? Then I was curious to find out what they were plotting and figured it would be safe enough in a public place. So I agreed. We found a nearby restaurant and sat down. Lily wasted no time in speaking up. Zoe, quick, tell Ethan that I was at your place that day. My eyes narrowed. So that's what this was about. I saw Ethan staring at me intently. remembering his unstable behavior. I knew I couldn't openly confront them yet. Yes, Ethan? I said Lily came to see me that day. You know, you really should be more considerate. Girls need to be pampered. You ought to be more patient with Lily. I mimicked my former attitude, offering what seemed like well-intentioned advice after hearing my words. Lily Answorth let out a long sigh of relief. Ethan, you see, I went to visit Z that day just as I said now that you've heard it from Zoe herself. Do you finally believe me? Ethan Barr's gaze darted back and forth between Zoe and me. So where did you go after leaving Zoe Cartwright's place? He asked the message. Zoe sent me, said, you claimed I came to pick you up? Lily continued her fabrication without missing a beat. It was still Zoe. She advised me not to argue with you anymore. I thought Zoe had a point, but I didn't want to lose face in front of her, so I decided to go back to you on my own. I could only casually say that you came to pick me up as I listened to Lily's words. I wanted to give her a thumbs up. She truly was a master at patching up her stories. Ethan's expression softened as he heard Lily's explanation, seeing. This Lily grew bolder. What, you still don't believe me? Lily put on a hurt expression. Ethan's face relaxed even more as he looked at Lily. I believe you, he said. Let's not talk about this anymore. With that, the two began kissing passionately, oblivious to their surroundings watching them. I felt a bit nauseated. All right, since you've cleared things up, I'll be going now. I said, I have an urgent task at work. Lily got up to see me out, giving me a meaningful look. As she did so, Zoe, you've moved to a new place. I'll come visit in the next couple of days to familiarize myself with it. Maybe I'll even stay over for a night or two to liven up the place before I could respond. Ethan let out a cold snort and said threateningly, Zoe Cartwright, I'll let it slide this time since you talk some sense into my wife. But if you ever put any more ideas into her head, you'd better watch out. I'll teach you a lesson. You won't forget. My fists clenched once again. You idiot. Just you wait. Keep digging your own GP graves. The opportunity came sooner than expected. Lily finally couldn't resist. I was at work when Lily sent me a message. Zoe, I need your help urgently, without waiting for my reply. Lily continued rambling. Zoe, if Ethan messages you, asking if I'm at your place, you must say that I am okay. She went on complaining to herself. He said he believed me last time, but he's been watching me even more closely. It's so annoying. Zoe, please don't let anything slip, I cautiously inquired. Lily, where are you planning to stay? Just so I have an idea in case Ethan asks me. Lily was still somewhat cautious. Don't worry about that. Just remember not to say anything you shouldn't with that. Lily hung up the phone. A slight smile played on my lips. Lily seems to have forgotten that in the past, when she had nowhere to stay and I wasn't home, she would use my account to book hotel rooms for her affairs. Afraid Ethan might find out. Opening the hotel app, I saw a reservation for a luxurious king-size room at the Ritz Hotel. I smiled. Lily was using me as an excuse again to meet up with her lover. She really was going all out to throw me under the bus. Did she want me dead? Ethan. That madman was something else entirely in our past life. He was capable of pushing me down the stairs to my death. This time around, what would he do if he found out about Lily's infidelity? With this thought in mind, I decided to skip work and immediately called my boss to request time off. I arrived early at the cafe in front of the Ritz Hotel and sat down with a cup of coffee, waiting to see when Lily Answorth would show up as the sky began to darken. I spotted Lily, arm in arm, with a man entering the main doors of the Ritz Hotel. I quickly snapped a photo and then discreetly followed them. Finally, I watched the mentor room, 407 at the lift, before leaving with peace of mind. I Added Ethan Barlow using a fake account as soon as he accepted. I immediately sent over the intimate photo of Lily with the man, along with the information about room 407 at the Ritz Hotel. Ethan sent back furious messages and even called, but I pretended not to notice and simply removed the SIM card afterwards. I sat back down at my old spot in the cafe waiting to see Ethan arrive as expected in less than 20 minutes. Ethan rushed over in a frenzy without even taking the time to park properly. Ethan stormed into the Ritz Hotel in a rage. His demeanor was so frightening that it stunned the hotel security for a moment. By the time the security guards reacted, Ethan had already charged up to the 4th floor. I followed behind the security and hotel staff. As they went up, Ethan grabbed a fire extinguisher from the emergency cabinet and started smashing it against the lock of room 47. When the hotel staff tried to stop him, they were scared off by Ethan wildly swinging the fire extinguisher. After a couple of blows, the door was forced open. Ethan rushed in. Wielding the fire extinguisher, people from other rooms came out to see what the commotion was about, with more and more gathering at the doorway. I also mixed in, finding a spot that wasn't too close or far unnoticed. But with a clear view into the room, a scream came from inside. I stood on my tiptoes to look. Ethan had pulled back the covers. Lily and a man were hiding naked under the sheets. Ethan had smashed the door so quickly that they hadn't even had time to react. Seeing it was Ethan, Lily's face turned pale with fright. "Ethan, it's him. He raped me," she cried. "You have to believe me." The man Lily was pointing and had been frantically searching for something to cover himself with. Hearing Lily's words, he gave up on that, and seeing Ethan about to swing the fire extinguished at him, he immediately fell to his knees. "No, mate," he pleaded. "She seduced me. She even booked this room after hearing this." Ethan's eyes grew even redder with rage. He smashed the fire extinguisher onto the man's head, shouting, "How dare you sleep with my woman? You're asking for death." The man collapsed to the ground, lying there motionless. Ethan kicked him a few more times. The security guard tried to restrain Ethan, but he threw down the fire extinguisher and pulled out a knife from his waist. "Who dares to come closer? I'll stab you all to death," he threatened. Everyone was too frightened to move. Ethan grabbed Lily and used her as a human shield. Lily appeared before everyone completely naked. She kept her eyes tightly shut, tears streaming down her face in fear. Though I felt uncomfortable witnessing the scene, deep down I felt a sense of satisfaction. Ethan whispered in Lily's ear, "Haven't I been good enough to you? How dare you cockled me? You ungrateful, eating my food and wearing my clothes. Yet you go find other men? I'll kill you today. You witch." Lily shook her head desperately as she wept. She pleaded, "Ethan, it's not like that. Please, believe me. Can you put the knife down?" "Ethan, I'm begging you, just put the knife down first, and we can talk." "Okay, seeing is believing." Ethan wouldn't be fooled by Lily's words again. "What do you mean? It's not like that. I saw you naked and bad with this man, with my own eyes. Are you still trying to deceive me? Do you think I'm an idiot?" He glared viciously at Lily's face. "Is this the face you use to seduce men?" Lily curled up in terror, crying as she tried desperately to cover herself. "Please let me put on some clothes, I'm begging you." Lily frantically tried to shield herself with her hands, but Ethan wouldn't let her off now. "You know what shame is. Now, you know what it means to be humiliated. Where was your sense of shame? When you cucked me and found another man, I want to ruin your reputation. I want everyone to see what kind of person Lily Answorth really is with that." Ethan stared intently at Lily's face. He smiled maliciously. "How about I carve a few lines on that pretty face of yours?" Before Lily could react, started cutting into her face on this side, on the other with blood all over her face. Lily couldn't hold back any more. "Ethan, you cheated on me first. Why is it okay for you to cheat, but not for me? If you're a real man, just kill me. What's the point of torturing me like this?" Ethan ignored Lily and continued carving words into her face with a cold smirk. This was the scene the police encountered when they arrived, seeing the police. Ethan didn't resist. He laughed and tossed the knife aside, allowing himself to be handcuffed as he was being led away. Ethan gave Lily a sinister look. I won't kill you. You're not worth ruining my life over you. I just want to make you suffer. You shameless, who's been seen naked by everyone, Lily answereth, you just wait. After I serve a few years and get out, I'll make you pay cow? Lily broke down, sobbing as she watched Ethan's retreating figure. She reached out with trembling hands, wanting to touch her face, but winced in pain. The moment she made contact, Lily Ansirth collapsed on the ground, sobbing by the time the ambulance arrived. Lily was barely conscious, repeatedly, crying out, "My face. My face." She was eventually loaded into the ambulance along with her lover from within the crowd. I watched as Ethan Barlow and Lily were taken away, one after the other. The tears I had been holding back could no longer be contained. All the anger, worry, fear, and dread I had experienced since my rebirth finally found their resolution covering my mouth. I retreated to a secluded spot and broke down in tears. It felt so good to have finally avenged myself. Lily Ainsworth's face was disfigured, leaving her in an extremely unstable mental state. The incident had become notorious in the city, and she couldn't step outside without being pointed at and whispered about. Lily eventually became too afraid to leave her house and was taken back to her hometown by her parents. Lily's lover had his skull fractured and remained in a coma at the hospital. Ethan Barlow, once at the police station, confessed to his crimes without reservation. In the end, Ethan was convicted of intentional assault with aggravating circumstances and sentenced to over a decade in prison Hawaii. Out a sigh of relief. At last, my vengeance was complete after everything had settled. I bought a ticket back to my hometown in my previous life. After I died, my mom fainted when she came to identify my body at the morgue. Upon hearing the news of my death, she didn't believe I had died from an accidental fall. She focused her suspicions on the last two people who had seen me alive, Lily Ansirth and Ethan Barlow. Every day, she would do nothing but follow Lily and Ethan around, carrying my photo close to her heart. She stalked them, hoping to find some evidence to prove that had been murdered. I floated beside her each day, wanting to persuade her to stop investigating. I feared for her safety. These two were capable of anything if they could push me down the stairs. What wouldn't they do? But I was powerless, merely a spirit. I watched my mom, her hair turned completely white, her figure emaciated from grief. Her eyes bloodshot and clouded with tears. The pain I felt was like being cut by a knife. She kept going to the police station, demanding they reopen the investigation. Lily and Ethan, hounded by my mom and racked with guilt, finally snapped one day. Using my death as bait, they lured my mom to a mountainside. Then they pushed her off a cliff. I could only watch helplessly as they killed her, unable to shed tears or even become a vengeful spirit to seek retribution, thankfully. I was reborn to a time when we were all still alive, countless times before. Before I had wanted to contact Mom, but I always held back only after true revenge. Could we mother and daughter live peacefully? When I arrived at our old home, Mom was washing clothes in the yard. Seeing me enter, she immediately broke into a smile and walked towards me. She reached out and took my hand. Mom's palm was warm, its comforting temperature spreading to mine. What brings you home so unexpectedly, dear? It's not a holiday or special occasion, she said. Looking at Mom's familiar, warm face, I felt my eyes instantly well up with tears with a slight catch in my voice. I said childishly, "Mom, I missed you well. You came home because you missed me." Mom turned away, briefly, wiping her slightly reened eyes, and responded with a cheerful, Oh, come on in. I'll make you something delicious to eat, she said. I watched my vibrant, energetic mom, so different from her final moments in my previous life. My heart ached with both sorrow and joy. How wonderful it was that a new life had truly begun.